Now, everyone talks about the beautiful side of spiritual awakening, love, light, and enlightenment. But what about the dark side, the part where everything falls apart? Let's get real about what no one tells you. The main points I'd like to address are the following. Number one is the breakdown before the breakthrough. Many people experience an existential crisis before awakening fully sets in. You may feel lost, disconnected, or even depressed as old belief systems collapse. This phase is called the dark night of the soul, and is actually a necessary part of your awakening. Number two is the ego death and identity crisis. Spiritual awakening forces you to question everything. You question your job, your relationships, your goals, and even your sense of self. The ego, which is your conditioned identity, starts to resist the moment you begin to question things, and this can feel like anxiety, confusion, or deep sadness, if not depression. Many people cling to old versions of themselves out of fear, causing even more suffering for themselves. Number three is the isolation and loneliness factor. You may start feeling disconnected from friends, family, or even society as a whole. Old relationships may no longer be meaningful to you because they no longer align with what you are believing or feeling in your life, and this can feel quite isolating. But this is actually a phase of deep transformation. You're shedding the old to make space for the new. Number four is how to navigate the dark side of awakening. So instead of resisting, surrender to the process. Do shadow work by journaling, therapy, meditation, and facing your inner fears and your past traumas. You can find a spiritual community or a mentor who understands what you're going through. Remember, it's only temporary. This darkness is part of your rebirth. So, have you experienced the dark side of awakening? What was the hardest part for you? Let's talk in the comments. Spiritual awakening don't often come how you expect it to come or to appear, though it could be different from one person to another. Here are 5 hidden signs that shows that you might be going through one and you may not realize it. Number one, extreme emotional shift. One moment you're full of bliss, joy, and happiness, and the next moment you're so sad and frustrated and angry without actually understanding or knowing the reason why. This is just you shedding old energy. You're not losing it, you're not going crazy. So hang in there. Number two, you have this heightened sensitivity to energy. Crowded places now become a bit overwhelming for you. You tend to avoid crowds or a lot of people. These are just you or your intuition nudging you towards alignment with your higher self. So hang in there again. Number three, you have a deep feeling that something is off. The world that you used to live in comfortably now begins to look unreal or fake or empty and unfulfilling. And then you begin to question everything like work, religion, politics, the societal beliefs, and all of the things that you used to be comfortable with. Number four, you've lost interest in superficial things. You're no longer interested in all the drama, small talks, and gossips, and things that are meaningless. You begin to seek out deeper meanings to yourself. You begin to seek nature. You begin to want to get closer to things that are more natural than just seeking societal validation and all that. Number five, you begin to see synchronicities and signs from the universe. Things begin to appear out of the blues and to add up for you without much struggle. You see repeated numbers and people appear in your life at perfect times, and you begin to manifest things without so much effort. And these are the things or the signs that if you're experiencing any of them or some of them or even all of them, then know that you're on your path to spiritual awakening. Let me know in the comments which sign that you have experienced or the ones that you are experiencing right now. One of the most challenging aspects of spiritual awakening is realizing that not everyone around you is on the same path. This is especially true when it comes to family. Those who have known you all your life and expect you to remain the same person they once understood. When you awaken to a higher level of consciousness, you may find yourself in an environment where your perspectives, values, and ways of being are no longer in sync with those of your loved ones. So how do you navigate these relationships with wisdom, love, and balance, especially when dealing with parents, siblings, extended family, and even your own grown-up children who may not yet be fully independent? Type family in the comments below if you resonate with what I'm talking about. I've got 6 solid points that I'll share with you that will help you navigate through your family relationships as an awakened soul. Number one is accepting that not everyone is ready to wake up. One of the first lessons you must internalize is acceptance. Not everyone is meant to awaken in this lifetime, and even those who are may not be ready at this exact moment. Awakening is a deeply personal journey, and you cannot force or rush anyone into it. How do you apply this? You need to let go of expectations. Just because you see reality differently now doesn't mean they will instantaneously understand or accept your perspective. Recognize free will. Everyone has the right to their own beliefs and experiences. So their soul's journey is their own, and they will awaken when or if they are meant to. Another point is that you got to honor their process. Even if they resist your views or dismiss your experiences, you got to understand that this is where they are in their journey, and that's okay. Number two is mastering the art of silent influence. Rather than trying to convince or debate your family members into seeing the world as you do, focus on embodying your truth. Your transformation, energy, and way of being will speak louder than words. How do you apply this? Be the example. Live with integrity, kindness, and wisdom, and let them see the results of your awakening through your actions, not just your words. Another point is choose when to share. If they ask about your beliefs or experiences, share from a place of openness rather than a desire to wake them up. If they are not asking, don't force the conversation. Drop the need for validation. Some family members may ridicule your perspectives, thinking you're being unrealistic, delusional, or rebellious. Let them think what they will. Your path is not theirs to approve. The third point is setting and enforcing boundaries without guilt. One of the most important skills in navigating family relationships as an awakened being is setting clear, healthy boundaries. Some family members may react with resistance, manipulation, or even hostility when they see you stepping away from old conditioning. How do you apply this? You got to define your boundaries. What conversations are you willing to engage in? What behaviors are unacceptable to you? What level of involvement do you want to maintain? Communicate with love, but firmness. You don't have to be harsh to set boundaries. A simple, I respect your beliefs, and I ask that you respect mine is often enough. So distance yourself when necessary. If family members are particularly toxic or draining, you may need to limit your interactions for your own well-being. This doesn't mean you don't love them, it just means you prioritize your peace. Number 4 point is navigating relationships with your grown-up kids. Your children may be at an interesting crossroads. They are no longer little kids who automatically accept your teachings, yet they are not fully independent adults with a complete worldview of their own. Some may be resistant to your awakening, while others may be curious but hesitant to break away from societal conditioning, and that's okay. How do you apply this? Give them room to explore. Just as you had your own awakening process, your children must go through their own. The best thing you can do is provide them with knowledge and let them decide what resonates. Encourage critical thinking. Instead of imposing beliefs, ask thought-provoking questions like, what do you think happens after death? Or have you ever felt like reality is more than what we see? Let them think for themselves. Encourage them to do their own personal researches. Respect their resistance. Some children may outrightly reject what you believe, viewing it as weird or unnecessary. That's okay. Your role is not to convince them, but to plant seeds of curiosity and remain open for when they are ready to ask deeper questions. Number 5 is finding your soul family and support system. While your biological family may not fully understand your awakening, remember that you're never alone. Your soul family, the people who truly resonate with you, exists, and they are seeking connection just as much as you are. How do you apply this? You got to seek out like-minded individuals, whether online or in person. Find communities where you can share, learn, and grow without judgment. Cultivate deep connections. Surround yourself with people who nourish your spirit, not those who drain it. And you got to understand that family is not just blood. Your soul family may not be related to you by birth, but they are deeply connected to you on a soul level. The 6th point is practicing unconditional love and compassion. At the end of the day, your family members, even those who seem asleep, are still part of your soul's journey. Instead of resenting them for not seeing what you see, try to cultivate unconditional love and patience. How do you apply this? See them as souls on their own paths. Even if they are unconscious of it, they are still learning. their own way. Focus on shared values. You may have spiritual differences, but you likely share common values such as love, kindness, and family. So build upon these. Love them as they are, not as you wish they would be. Accepting people where they are is one of the highest spiritual practices. Final thoughts: embracing the journey with grace. So, navigating family relationships as an awakened being requires patience, wisdom, and emotional mastery. There will be moments of frustration, misunderstanding, and even loneliness. But remember this: your journey is your own. You're here to evolve, not to force evolution upon others. Stay true to your awakening. Honor your family's journey and trust that those who are meant to awaken will do so in their own divine timing. In the meantime, focus on being a living embodiment of truth, love, and higher consciousness. And most importantly, never dim your light to make others comfortable. Okay? Shine boldly, and those who are ready will find their way to the truth in their own time. Let me know what your thoughts are on this in the comment section. And stay tuned for more insights on how to navigate relationships and much more things that an awakened soul will be quite beneficial for your journey. As always, it's love from Claire.